This is a review that I'm very excited for. Well, I was very excited for before I actually got it. I got this figure a few days ago from Hasbro Pulse. I had it pre-ordered for a while. This is the Age of the Primes Swerve. Why Swerve? When I was growing up, I lost my Power Master Prime's head, and I used my G1 Swerve as a substitute head for the figure. I'm not joking. Swerve, of course, was a very minor character in Transformers lore. He appears literally in, I think, 2 scenes in the original cartoon, has no lines, gets stomped on by Trypticon. He's next seen in Dreamwave, where he's one of the new recruits, doesn't really do anything, and then he rockets to stardom in Transformers More Than Meets the Eye in his sequel series Lost Light from IDW, where he becomes the bartender and comic relief on the ship. Probably one of the better characters. I guess James Roberts described him as Guy Gardner, being less of a dick. But yeah, so that's why I got this figure. I love Swerve. You can see in the background, I actually have quite a few Swerves. I actually have the Block Geese Swerve on the way from eBay, so yeah, I only collect Generation 1 versions of him, though. So I don't have, like, the movie verse Swerves or any of the other namesakes. But as you can see, here is the box. It says he can transform in 15 steps. You do get the head sculpt here, which I'm not a big fan of, but we'll talk about that. You do get the artwork where he's shown with some of the primes. You do get that nice shot of him. And, you know, it's not bad. It's not the best either. And then you do get the product shot, shows that he transforms in 15 steps or less, and that he is an authentic transformer. But let's go ahead and take a look. And you'll see right off the bat, he's got problems. He's got a lot of problems. Now, the original Swerve, this guy here, and its repaint, is based off of a Toyota Hilux. And for anybody who's ever watched the British version of Top Gear, you know just how badass of a car that is, a truck rather. They're virtually indestructible. So I do like that they keep the whole thing up where he does match that he is supposed to be a pickup truck, and he has always been a repaint of Gears, or vice versa. Sometimes Gears is the repaint of him, with 2 exceptions. The alternator's tracks got remolded into Swerve for some reason as a car. Unfortunately, this suffered from gold plastic syndrome, so I can't transform this, but we'll talk about it in a second. And then we do have the pre-tool for Cup from the Thrilling 30 line, or was it Reveal the Shield? Reveal the Shield. And it's not the best toy, but it is no longer my least favorite Swerve toy. Yeah. So let's go ahead and just start talking about why I'm not a big fan of this toy. Let's look at a few things. First off, well, he does have the pickup truck. He is red. He does have white. And you can store his gun. That's about all he's got going for him. I really think Hasbro cheaped out on this figure. So first off, you do have this gap here. So it is a little distracting if you're posting it. Plus his chest is upside down. I'm just not a fan of that. The wheels are fine. I do like the fake wheels do create like a step so somebody could get in there, but this has pissed me off since the moment I saw it. That is some of the laziest paint applications I've ever seen. I mean, it looks bad. Everything about that looks bad. It doesn't look like it belongs to the figure. It looks like an afterthought, and they could have just put a sticker over it or painted it. I know they did so the robot mode looks accurate, but no one would have noticed. I know Toy Hacks or Toy Labels or Retro Hacks or whatever they're called these days has already put out a sticker set for it, and I will probably get that because, yeah, that just doesn't look good. It just doesn't, and it sucks because I do really love this character. I mean, I do love that he still has the W there that is on the originals and the repaints. It's a trademark on him, but the rest of it is just. And yeah, he does come with a gun. He doesn't come with the gun he should have come with. He actually has a gun that fits his character and it's trademarked for his character. If you think Swerve, he has a gun. Optimus Prime, of course, has his ion blaster that's very recognizable. And of course, Megatron's shoulder cannon. Blur has my first blaster. They didn't do that. They just gave him this black, generic looking gun. And it's too bad. It does store at least, so I mean you can put it up here, but it's like a lazy storage. Everything about this vehicle mode pisses me off. It just does. But, you know, in comparison here, this was the Thrilling 30, and you'll see that while it's not perfect, it doesn't look bad. It looks like a truck. This has gaps. It just looks ill designed. And, you know, for something that should be sold on stores, you know, Hasbro spends a lot of money and people are paying a lot of money these days for these figures. They're not cheap. And to have something just look this unfinished, I'm sorry. Yeah, and it hurts because, like I said, Swerve's one of my favorite characters. It's one of my favorite toys from Generation 1. So yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to get him transformed first, and then we'll do him. Now this one was real simple. It's easy. He, of course, came with a target master that transforms into a gun and a partner. But real simple. This one comes up. The arms come down. This folds back. And this looks like Swerve. His head is inside his body, so you don't really get that separate from it. He looks like Swerve how he's drawn in the comics. And as you see comparatively, it looks like it belongs there. It's a great update for the original figure while giving it modern articulation. You got the blue visor, you got the red helmet, but more importantly, the shoulders are up and his head sits in the body. Let's go ahead and get him transformed. And it's not a bad transformation, don't get me wrong. It's a fun transformation if I can get the pieces out without breaking them. So, you know, you just kind of separate this part here. You're going to take this, kind of wedge it down, move these out of these tabs, fold that down. The leg's going to come out. You're going to fiddle it, leg's going to come out. It's going to fold in, that's going to fold in. These fold in. Simple, easy, feet are done. Up here, body. You're going to take this, his backpack, and you're going to fold it, these wheels in, and just kind of tuck it there. The arms are going to come out. So far, so good. I mean, this is a very simple transformation. This is going to come up, this is going to come down, and voila, you've got Swerve transformed. And, you know, it's a good transformation. It is clean, mostly. You do have his Generation 1 style backpack, which I'm fine with. I don't care about backpacks. What I don't like is just how bland he looks. And again, these parts here, these parts that were sticking out and looked obnoxious in a truck mode, they could have been red. There's no reason why they couldn't have been painted that same red color. I mean, yeah. And then his head, while he does have his, you know, his trademark silhouette, it's hollowed. He can, yeah, it just looks boring. It just looks like they stuck a head and then stuck some shoulders in. And I'm going to stop bitching. I'm really going to stop bitching. It's a good looking figure for what it is, but it could have been better. I mean, this maybe should have come up just a little higher so that filled it in or whatever. From what I was reading on TF Wiki, this is based off of a poorly traced over cell from the original cartoon that was put into a book and was poorly traced over, so they didn't really match the original animation look. The guy had 2 scenes, one of which was he was in robot mode, so there wasn't much to go on, so I get it. But you definitely see that in comparison, this is a lot closer to that, in my opinion. Gun, again, it can store. It has these extra tabs. You can store it hanging off of the side of his backpack, or he can hold it. I do like that it's on the side, so I can pretend that he's left-handed. So you do have that. I mean, it's not all negative. I just wanted more. Articulation, he's got a bunch. I mean, the head, as you can see, can up and down. You can turn it. You can do the full 360. Well, yeah, you can. It's just really tight to do so. You might want to do that in transformation, actually, so he doesn't have visible head syndrome. Arms, you get the full 360. You do have to move it out a little bit to the backpack. You do get this, of course. You do get upper arm. You do not get elbow rotation. You do get the standard elbow bend because how he transforms, you can go all the way up. He does have movable hands, so there is some positive there. You do get the full 360 at the waist. You do get the full forward kick. You do get the full back kick to a point. You do get the knee bend. You do get upper thigh. You do get ankle tilt, back move, so you can do a little bit with that as well. So it's not the worst figure I've bought in a while. It still belongs to, I think, Quintus or Solus Prime. But it's not perfect. For an evolution of a figure, it's okay, but it could have been better. And yeah, let's look at the head sculpt. So it is a decent looking head sculpt. They did take the original figure. They kept the blue eyes from the cartoon. They kept kind of the ridge. But it's, it's not there. It is a lot more accurate than, let's say, the Alternator's one, which I guess the animator didn't know that he was supposed to be all red with blue, and he gave him gold and red. You can see it's all gold plastic and held together by super glue at this point. But yeah, it's an okay figure. As far as robot mode, I mean, it's obviously better than Reveal the Shield, which just doesn't look like Swerve whatsoever. It looks like movie Swerve almost. But truck mode, it's garbage. I'm sorry. Hasbro, you should have done better. And I'll probably be buying the sticker upgrades just to hide those parts because I'm very disappointed. But that's it for this review. If you bought the figure, tell me what you thought of Swerve and let me know down in the comments. Yeah, please like, subscribe. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you want to see next. Thank you.